So I moved to Seattle. The nickname of Seattle is the Emerald City. I thought it was funny because I was born in Kansas. So I felt a connection to the Wizard of Oz, Dorothy, Toto. I was raised in Oklahoma City, and then my parents moved to South Dakota, and that's where I graduated from high school. Well, when my friend and I were getting ready to move out to Seattle, people told us, Bill, when you get out to the West Coast, it's different from the Midwest. You're going to feel like a hick from the sticks. This was in the early days of the internet where there wasn't a lot of sharing yet, where it wasn't as accessible as like it is now. And so the Midwest had a pretty different culture at the time. Now, pretty much every culture is everywhere. But back then, it was still a little different than the West Coast culture. And I thought, I'm hip, I'm with it. I'm not going to be like the hick from the sticks. And I was standing there in the middle of the street, looking around saying, I am a hick from the sticks. I was in Seattle when Kurt Cobain died, and my roommate got the papers, and the original papers that came out that day, and he gave me one of them. Now, right around this time, a movie came out called Reality Bites with Winona Ryder, and she had just graduated with a master's degree, and she tried to get a job selling fast food, and she couldn't make change quick enough, and so she couldn't get the job. I had a similar experience. I didn't have a master's degree, but I had this brand new bachelor's degree, and to help put myself through school, I had worked at Taco Bell, and I had also done some outside work at some parks and things for summer jobs. So I thought that was all I really knew. So I went to the local Taco Bell and got a job there. Well, Taco Bell on Broadway Street in Seattle is one of the busiest Taco Bells ever. And there were always a lot of people coming through and coming into the store. I remember one day I was at the counter, and there was a long line of people, and the two guys in front, one of them had an accent, and it was difficult for me to understand. And I had to take the order 2 or 3 times. And of course the guy was becoming frustrated, and his friend looked at him and said, well, what do you expect? He works at Taco Bell. And I wanted to say, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology. I have a bachelor's degree. A little after that, I met a guy who had a bachelor's degree in psychology, and I got really excited. I said, I have that same degree. What? Where do you work? Can you get me a job? And he said, actually, I sell shoes. Now, selling shoes isn't bad, and I don't knock it. In fact, it's probably pretty good, but that's not what I signed up for. I wanted to help people. I wanted to help them with their minds, not sell shoes.